Hello, model building fans. What you're looking at here is Tarzan by Aurora. I do believe this kit came out in 1974, or at least this version. I do not know the history of Tarzan and the Aurora model kits. I just happen to know on the bottom here it says 1974, Edgar Rice Burroughs Tarzan. So that's when the copyright on this was done. I think maybe the kit goes back to the 60s, but I don't know, so don't quote me on that. I did not build this in 1974. I built it sometime after that. I remember getting it for almost nothing at the time, probably $10 or something. And I built it when I was a kid. And I kept a lot of the original paint color. The original paint color is the color of this lion, and you can see that on the bottom. But the rest of it is painted with Testors enamel paint. So for what it is, I did a pretty good job with the paint job, considering that's enamel paint. I would never paint it that way now. I have never seen this model kit ever again. I do see that they are available on eBay at a great price. So if I was ever to get another one, I would probably not build it because I just don't build vintage model kits that are that old. I'm very much more interested in the reissues. So if someone has the molds to this, it'd be great to re-release it, because I do believe, don't quote me on this, but I think Tarzan is in the public domain because it's been such a long time. Of course, this is when I wasn't very refined in my model building skills. I was just a child, and you can see all the cracks and all this in Tarzan's leg, and there's a big crack in the lion's face. If I was to do this now, it'd be completely different. I will, of course, never go back into this model kit and fix anything, because I don't do that. I leave my model kits as they were when I initially built them. Tarzan is not as popular now as he was when I was a kid. I grew up on those Johnny Weissmuller films, and of course they're just kind of silly if you look at them now, but at the time I thought they were terrific. A lot of people got a lot of big misconceptions about Tarzan, the ape man or whatever. Tarzan knew that he was not an ape. He knew that he was different. And the name Tarzan actually comes from the apes. The apes named him Tarzan, and they're not actually real apes. They're apes that don't actually exist. So the Tarzan story and the mythos is completely false. It's fake. It's a fiction. It doesn't really exist in the way that it's presented. And this, that, and the other. I'm like, you got to remember the time it was written, and you got to remember that it's complete fiction. It's not real. Tarzan is no more realistic than Superman. Perhaps maybe he's the precursor to Superman, just the idea of it. So I really enjoy Tarzan models. Tarzan films and the basic story of Tarzan, because I take it at face value, not anything deeper than that. So, there's the face of Tarzan. Just Testors enamel paint. There you go. It's just a very special model kit to me. I probably picked it up without any real interest in it, and I just got it probably because it didn't cost very much, and I built it when I was a kid, and I'm glad that I did, and I'm glad that I kept it. I'm glad that for whatever reason I kept hold of it. There are several Aurora kits that I've never ever seen again or re-released, two of which I consider in this same line would be the Lone Ranger and the Tonto Aurora kits, which I would bet came out about the same time, in the mid-70s. And I've never seen them in the store. I've only seen pictures of them. There was one time in my life I actually had the Tonto model kit, but I think my grandmother picked it up for me, built at a garage sale, and I no longer have it. God, I would really like to have the Aurora Tonto and the Aurora Lone Ranger model kit. So if anyone out there knows anything about the Aurora Tonto and the Aurora Lone Ranger, let me know. I would like to know if there's any way to find one that's not vintage, because the vintage model kits are very expensive, and I just don't think I would unbox it and build it because they're just too rare. So I would love to get one. Even if I could get one built up, I might even do it. I would just love to have that, because I really like the Lone Ranger. These are just things I remember from when I was a kid, and that was a different time, and we saw things differently back then, good or bad. mostly good. So there you go. Tarzan by Aurora. Fun kit. As always, model building is forever. Let's see if we can maybe get some young people interested in this hobby so that maybe, just maybe, we could bring down the price on some of these kits. As always, I thank you for looking at my silly model kits, and I appreciate you. Oh!